Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-ba-ba.
Live from inside an Xbox, it's Super Gamekast 2. Now here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
What is up, everybody? It is January 29th, 2023 for the second time. I'm your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Look, it's the first time for the people listening on the podcast proper. Everything's fine over there. They don't know.
Yeah, nothing's on fire. It's fine.
Everything's fine. We're
Yeah,
perfect.
It's good.
Yeah, the YouTube, the podcast services, TikTok, they don't know that we fucked this up really badly.
No one
This
knows.
has been fixed in post.
Didn't need to be fixed in post. It was perfect.
That was... God, that was the motto at the Gamer Access. Fix it in post.
Look, you know, it's really an advantage for people who are more YouTube centric. This doesn't happen. Anyway, hi, I'm Aaron.
Hi, we're also joined by our mod mommy, the lovely Emily Hulslander, who got another haircut, it looks like.
I just trimmed this down.
I was gonna say,
okay.
it looks great.
So, yeah. Shouts to my hairstylist Michaela at the Hair Masters in Shoreline, who is also a big nerd,
Hell yeah.
like big video game nerd. We were talking about the fact that her dad actually used to work at Microsoft, and
Nice.
talking about how we're.
I also
waiting
worked there.
for
It's not
other
great.
schools.
I was gonna say, was he one of the
No, but,
recent
like,
layoffs?
he
That would
worked-
suck.
No, he was there like well before all this. And,
Okay.
Like worked
During
in the
during
corporate
those
offices.
antitrust lawsuit days.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But also, what's up, nerds?
And then finally, we have our very own HR ninja, Jesse Pewitt.
Hello.
Who was that cat? Introduce your cat.
Oh, it's
I want to see the little furball.
This
Where
is Mac.
Oh,
Say hello, Mac.
buddy!
Mac.
Hello, you're so
He has taken
cute.
to climbing on my chair recently, and I don't know where that came from. But
Man, you want to talk about the black cat or says cat?
Yeah.
But
Cat.
you want to talk about weird cat habits that have started recently? Is a lot of the time I sleep in an armchair,
Mm-hmm.
and my cat has decided now that my roommate is no longer here, and she can't sleep with her, that I'm gonna go sit on your shoulder like a parrot when you sleep.
Nice.
Sounds like my friend's
Yeah.
dog.
I will literally wake up and she will be like sitting right here or right here almost every morning now.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a proper pirate.
Yes.
right.
I like
Exactly.
it. I like it. It's good.
She's actually asleep in my room right now.
Oh.
Face first, right in the pillow.
True bliss.
Buddy. Oh, it's so cute.
Bronson, I was gonna.
Mhm.
We did a stream earlier this week, but you were unable to attend. Are you doing all right?
Yeah. Hey. So what ended up happening
Mhm.
was Microsoft Cafe offers a lot of food, and they tell you what's in it, of course, so you don't have an allergic reaction. And this thing did not have tree nuts in it, so I thought I'd be fine. It was they were called Bang Bang Sliders, which was tri-tip, a sauce, and pickled vegetables. And I ate two of them, and
Okay.
I noticed my lower lip started just swelling. I thought, oh, maybe I had a small cut. It was kind of spicy, whatever. And then, over the course of 10 minutes, my tongue, the tip of my tongue starts to swell a little bit, and both of them start burning. My
Oh.
top lip starts swelling.
Oh.
And I'm having an allergic reaction, but thankfully my throat isn't swelling up. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
That's the real big
Oh,
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I go and then my coworker gives me a pair of Benadryls, and I'm like, I go to my supervisor and I'm like, hey, if these Benadryls kick in and don't work, I think I need to go home. And she just looks at me, she's just like, go home. Go home now.
Go home. God
Okay.
damn.
And I was like, got it. So, do the thing where you lock up your laptop, as you do when you work in a federal building. And dip out. I go home, and I'm like, I'm getting sleepy.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I go
There's the
take a
Benadryl kicking in.
Yep, yep. Oh, Benadryl was getting on top of me real good. And I lie down and I sleep for like 30 minutes, and then I can't get back to sleep for whatever reason. And then my entire like torso is just itchy and getting hives. Like it is miserable.
Yeah.
And like my face is all red and I'm getting a rash up here. But my throat isn't swelling up, so I'm not gonna die. I am, however, having an asthma attack, which shout out to this. This literally completely opened my lungs when I was having it, so
Nice.
good on having these around.
Word.
So that was okay, and then I te- I, I text Stella because I know she's gonna be the one that's soonest off work. Be like, can you please bring me some allergy medication on your way home?
Yeah.
Real MVP. She runs up, drops it off, heads off to go to her back home because she was illegally parked.
Yep.
Blazed, I'm just telling my story, and then I decide I'm gonna I take the allergy meds and take another nap, and I wake up and you're streaming,
Yep.
but my left eye is like swollen shut basically.
Jeez.
Um, but I did start to feel better. Let me tell you, Zyrtec fucking works, son.
Yeah, it does.
Benadryl don't got shit on Zyrtec.
Man.
So yeah, I go and I take I pop onto your stream for a little bit and I try and play other games, and I just around midnight I finally pass out. And I wake up at 7:30 and I get up and thankfully like hives are all gone. It's just a rash that remains. But I wake up, I am sore all over. And like my eye is still a little swollen, and it's like it's shrinking and it's starting to drain.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm debating whether or not I want to go to work or not.
Yeah.
I get up and immediately I'm just even more sore. And I just text my boss, yeah, I'm not coming in today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it basically took all day for me to be like recovered.
Ooh.
So and the thing is never found out what caused it, the reaction, because they were like, pickled vegetables and meat, bro.
Yep.
That's it. So
Wonder if they use like peanut oil or something.
well, the thing is though, is like that wouldn't do anything to me, like to that extent. It would just give me a fucked up stomach. Like I've eaten fries at Five Guys and it just fucks up my stomach. It doesn't cause me to feel like I'm gonna die.
What is it? Is it?
I know. Yeah.
Go back
D-
in and do some tests.
So what I think might have happened is they had another dish that had macadamia nuts in it,
Ooh.
and maybe just someone wasn't paying attention and used the same utensils or something
Oh
That could easily
no.
for
happen.
cooking or some shit like that. Like that's all I can think of really. But yeah,
But you're here.
when I'm here. I'm here to
Everything's
talk
fine.
about video games. Yeah.
Like we all are.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, god damn it. All right.
Ugh.
I got a busy
So-
day myself, so I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, are you guys ready to talk about Xbox?
Woo!
God damn.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I guess.
I get yeah, I
Um,
guess.
I guess. Yeah,
Yes.
guess.
Okay,
Bro,
well,
what the fuck?
Well, they had a showcase on Wednesday. I actually completely forgot about it until I checked news on my lunch break, and I was like, "Oh, right, that's going on."
They sure did.
And I don't know, it was fine. It was fine.
You
Like
know.
it wasn't, like if we're grading on a curve, it was good.
Right.
But you look at it and you're like, all right, they opened up with Minecraft Legends, which okay, I guess. No one I know has really cared about any of the Minecraft spin-offs all that much. What was the Diablo clone? Minecraft Dungeons?
Yeah.
Sure.
What was hold on. I'm gonna pull up my Game Pass because I played that because I really liked Diablo, but all it did was made me be like, oh, this is like just Diablo for children. Okay, that's
Pretty
kind of neat,
much.
I guess. So yeah, like yes, it was Minecraft Dungeon. So I looked at this and I was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it had a date. They gave it a date, and it's gonna
that's
come
always
out.
nice. Yes. Did it have gameplay?
Yeah, they showed gameplay.
Yeah,
they
they
showed a lot
showed
of
gameplay
so-
for.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a nice change of pace.
Some some can't be bothered.
Can't
true.
be asked. Fuck that. But yeah, April 18th, pre-order or play with Game Pass.
All right.
This was the part that kind of disappointed me. They showed Forza,
Okay.
but like half of it was just dudes talking.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They did show some gameplay, and it looks great. The game looks beautiful. Like, it looks awesome. And at the last event, they're like, coming out early 2023, and then they're like, coming out 2023 at this event.
Hmm.
And I'm just
Yep.
like, oh, fuck.
They're not quite done.
It's like, you're gonna... Because they said, at E3, they said anything that comes out between this time and this time next year, that's all we're showing. And this is total... Them not putting a date on this tells me this is getting pushed to the second half of 2023.
At least,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Super bad. Like, it looks awesome. Like, it looks really, really awesome, but... Man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This is
Like that-
yeah, the ongoing story for Xbox, and it's really coming to a head in 2023. Is can you get some games out? Can you just
Yeah.
Like,
can you do this?
for the love of God.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know what's interesting? Because this and the next game they showed are a very big, like, showcase of Microsoft's problems. And, like, I kind of thought about, I'm like, when was the last time Microsoft had a Game of the Year contender?
Mm.
Like, something that you could say, like, could honestly win Game of the Year or has a real shot. And I looked.
Yeah.
I
How
looked.
long ago?
Probably Gears 3?
Jesus, really?
Man, that sounds like a long time.
No.
That was 2011.
Well, okay. So did you identify what your tops were for each year past that?
Yeah, like, I looked at everything they put that was, like, an Xbox Game Studios, Xbox exclusive thing. Like, I think you could have argued Ori and the Blind Forest in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could have made an argument for that, but, like, 2013, KI, Dead Rising 3, like, I'm not counting Forza.
Yeah.
That's not gonna win Game of the Year for, like, the vast majority of people.
Right.
Sorry. So, but, like, you look at 2013, Dead Rising, Rise, Killer Instinct, no. 2014, Sunset Overdrive,
Debatable.
borderline, or you could argue. 2015, Ori and the Blind Forest. 2016, nothing.
Yeah.
Literally
When
nothing.
is this clip from the Xbox announcement?
We are just watching the showcase on the stream
Okay.
here.
I can
Yeah.
see why Bronson was disappointed with this segment.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I don't give a fuck about your sound design, guys. Show me the game.
That's nice
Yeah.
and all.
I mean,
this
that's
comes with a sim racing game, though, right?
Yeah, and to be fair, like, the Motorsport brand of Forza has had kind of, in my opinion, shitty sound design for a while.
Oh.
So them improving it, that was kind of a step in the right direction in my mind. You know, so that's good at least. It's just I wanted more gameplay and not dudes talking.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, like, that's not what people come to these for. This is a terrible way to showcase this game.
I
You
see you
know.
guys are developing it. You guys are doing a lot of developing over there.
Yeah, great.
Could have guessed that was going on.
When did Forza Motorsport 7 came out? 5 years ago? Almost 6 now?
Okay.
It's been a hot minute since we've gotten Forza Sim.
2017 they put out Sea of Thieves. 2018 nothing. 2019 Gears.
Yeah, so
20
wasn't Gears 5 2019?
You know, and then 2021 they had a pretty good 2021. Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, you know, Forza Horizon. They had a good, they had a pretty good year in 2021.
But
then-
like none of them were competing for Game of
No.
the Year. Psychonauts 2 was like in some conversations, but it was like Ratchet and Clank was
Yeah.
there, and yeah.
Yeah, and then last year they had like Pentiment, which, you know, hey, it was a great game, but come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what, you know, that's not what your headliner is. Like, no
Right.
one's headliner is Pentiment, especially when your competition's headliner is fucking God of War.
Yep.
Yeah, this was fairly disappointing. I think it looks great. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah. Next up was Hi-Fi Rush. This was like this was announced, like shadow dropped.
Yeah.
It was like, look at this game. It's really cool, and you can play it fucking today.
Yeah.
It is so good. It is such a
It's
good game.
really good.
I need to play it.
Really-
I played the
Jesus
opening the opening chapter, and I'm really excited about what this game will be later on.
Yeah, I played the opening chapter as well the night it came out, and yeah, it was fucking cool. I really liked it. It's Jet Grind Radio meets Devil May Cry, but a lot more simplistic.
Right? I'll talk about it later, but like it's the aesthetic of Jet Grind Radio, the combat of Devil May Cry, and then the rhythm game aspect of Cryptid the Necrodancer, but like not as punishing. It's so good.
Yeah,
Such a good
it
game.
reminds me of Metal Hell Singer, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
But like not nearly as annoying. So yeah, no, it's really awesome, but I think this goes back to yet again Xbox's problem of this game is cool, but it's not a headliner.
Mhm.
I
know?
mean, yeah. They do have they make the case for a headliner with the end of this showcase, but people buying it as the headliner, that's up to everyone else. And I think
like
this is a game of note for this year for sure.
Yeah, I think when we come back, you know, in December when we do our little end of the year wrap up thing,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, like we'll have a lot of positive stuff to say about it, but I think that overall,
I don't think it's a console mover.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
No.
console mover. I don't think you see this and go, oh man, I got to sub to Game Pass.
Mm.
You know, which, you know, we've talked, like Microsoft, like they're happy to sell Xboxes, but they just want you to subscribe to fucking Game Pass.
And this is a good way of doing it. If they did this more, if they were capable of doing this more, where it's just like, check out this game you had no idea existed, and it's out right now.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing for like Game Pass. Like, oh shit, I have Game Pass. Like, let's just
Yeah,
go
no, but like, I don't think it's what gets you to fucking get on the service. Like a lot of people want that big fucking thing.
I know. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about that. I'm happy to play Pentiment and As Dusk Falls and
No, they're waiting for Starfield.
Yeah, they're like, where's Forza? Where's Starfield? Where's like more content for Halo? It's been 4 years since we got a Gears of War game. What the fuck's going on there?
What is going on there, man?
You know, like, you know,
All of you
why
waiting
wasn't
for Starfield, I'm sorry.
Even their headliner for this show, which we'll get to in a minute, even that's like, no one's asking where that game's at.
So yeah, like this is cool. I do like stuff like this, and it's a great value add if you have Game Pass.
Yes.
Like when Shadow drops like this happen and Pentiment happen, like it's great, but it's very much not. It doesn't put Microsoft in a good position. And then this next fucking thing, I cannot believe they wasted 5 minutes of my life talking about the Elder Scrolls Online.
They have to be making some money, right?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
last I checked, it's like the third or fourth most popular MMO.
Shit, man.
Really?
Yeah, like
Then,
it's
Yeah.
like
yeah.
you know,
I
it's
imagine
like
Warcraft is one.
as of recently, yes.
Warcraft,
Okay.
Final
until
Fantasy, Guild Wars, Lost Ark.
Guild Wars, Lost Ark. If you take out the bots, there's like 5 people playing it. 2 of them are me and Stella.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Ugh,
So,
that's rough.
That's unfortunate.
yeah.
we tried to do a ghost ship event last night that is meant for like at least 10 or 20 people, and like we got through 2 of its 10 health bars and then died.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, that was Guild Wars is this weird like thing where it's like really niche but really cool. I think that game deserves more love.
Sure.
It's a game that I want every other MMO to steal its mounts.
Right.
Hmm.
Like it has multiple mounts that all control differently and function differently. Like Warcraft stole the Griffin. Like dragon riding is apparently very similar to the Guild Wars Griffin. And I'm like, cool, now Warcraft steal the rest of them.
Right. Right.
Steal the rest of those motherfuckers. Um, yeah.
But ESO
So,
is
yeah.
apparently right there, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of people are into it. It's because it's it's Elder Scrolls.
Yep.
And they're really into it, and that's fine. I cannot believe. So apparently, what they did in this is you can play the previous chapters and over 20 DLCs for free. Like right now, apparently is what they're doing
Yep.
with this.
Okay.
And then they have a new expansion coming out called Necrom.
Hmm.
And it's going to be out June 5th and on PC, June 20th on Xbox.
Wow. And this is on Game Pass?
Yep.
Oh, I should fire that up. I played a little bit like years ago.
I just did not care. Like, I was just like... And I already have too many fucking MMOs to play. Like, if I'm going to invest in a
Yeah.
game like this, I'll play fucking New World.
You are like not a fan of Skyrim, and this game's like, man, what if we made Skyrim like an MMO?
I like Skyrim. Like, you remember, I played like 45 hours of Skyrim, and I had a good time doing it and beat the story, but I, like, also think everyone jerks off Skyrim like it's the greatest thing ever.
People
Time to
really-
move on. Move on from Skyrim.
They
And
will
it's-
not stop, man, until this new till the new Elder Scrolls game comes out. Like, man, they are modding the hell out of that. They are still finding ways to entertain themselves with this.
I think part of the problem I have with Skyrim, though, is, like, I obviously played Oblivion before it, and I think Oblivion's story and side quests are better. Its gameplay is not, but I don't play any of those games for their gameplay.
Right.
So
No.
I'm like, everything else is better in Oblivion. So, man, okay, whatever, I guess. And then, like, because a lot of people's first exposure to Elder Scrolls was Skyrim,
Yep.
like they don't want to go back and check out Oblivion, which is actually why I'm really excited for this mod called Sky Oblivion, which they are making Oblivion in Skyrim.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about this.
Yeah,
It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
it
And
looks
it sounds
yeah,
awesome.
It looks really fucking cool. It's gonna be out supposedly in 2025, is what they're saying.
Now we just need to get. Now we just need to. Once it comes out, we sit down Greg Kasavin and we have him play.
Mhm. But yeah, this is fine.
Elder Scrolls is still alive in some way.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know, unless you're like a real big fan of Elder Scrolls, like I don't know why you would play this over WoW or Final Fantasy or Guild Wars.
Yeah, you'd have to be a fan
Or-
of Elder Scrolls
yeah.
specifically, which they do have a big fan base.
They do, and a lot of that comes from Skyrim. So,
Yes,
it's, and that's hey, it is what it is. I liked Skyrim a lot when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then I never went back.
Been, what, 12
no
years?
one else. Fuck! Yes, as of next upcoming November.
Yup.
Next game looks cool. but also, and it's by the Dishonored folk.
Yep.
It's that 4-player vampire co-op shooter.
Redfall.
Redfall.
Hmm.
It looks interesting, but like, unless this game is incredible to play, which it could be.
I just saw a sprint into a slide. Always down for that.
I am too. Titanfall 3 win.
Vanquish
Now
2.
they would.
Speaking of
If-
which, Titanfall 2 is on sale right now for dirt cheap. So if you haven't played Titanfall 2,
Get it
How
Yeah,
long?
this
How
is
long
a-
till the sale ends?
right now.
it's a good question. Let me go look.
What platform?
It's on Steam for $3
Okay.
Please
until
go play
February
Titanfall.
2nd.
Until February
Please
2nd.
play Titanfall 2. Please
It's a 90% discount. Go out and play it.
play that fucking game.
It's a good
I
game.
Now-
have a
see-
phazycal copy of it for my Xbox.
Yeah,
I have a
good.
physical copy for my PS4.
Ugh.
But like, man, there's like a moment in this trailer where you use like invisibility, stealth past vampire. That's neat. Like, it has a lot of those arcane trademarks of like shooter RPG going on, and that's really neat. It's just that, like, this is another case of like, I don't think this is something that moves units, and it might get a Game Pass sub if you can convince your friends to do it with you.
There would have to be one hell of a marketing campaign around this.
Yeah, which, to be fair, they might.
They might. You know?
And hey, if this comes out in May and it looks incredible, and it plays great, awesome.
Yeah.
Big win for Microsoft.
Yep.
Good for them. But like, nothing about this has me like super jazzed as of this particular moment.
Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a game to like release October 1st and
Yeah.
market
Early
Yeah.
sometime in that fall time frame. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the problem with like, hey, we need as many games on our service as possible and games in general because our reputation is we don't have video games.
Yep.
So you don't have the luxury of putting the horror game or horror styled game out in October.
Right.
You-
I mean,
Oh.
because did they say a date or a window at the end of this?
they gave it a date. It's May.
Oh, it is
May.
May. Okay, well then yeah, whatever.
It's out in May. First week of May, I believe.
Whatever. For horror fans, every month is Halloween month.
This is true.
It's
Yeah.
true.
This is very true. But yeah, and I mean, by that time, people will be done with Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, and they might need another horror fix.
That's true. Yeah.
There
You
you
know, that actually lines up pretty well.
Yeah, because you get every 2 months you get in a horror game this year.
I keep like looking at this and like, this not Left 4 Dead, but it makes me want some people to like. I don't know what the state of Back 4 Blood is, but that was not Left 4 Dead in the way that I wanted Left 4 Dead.
No, same.
It's
And so-
not. It's not great.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting here being like, man, what if someone just completely, absolutely ripped off Left 4 Dead and then just did different characters and terms?
Yeah, or God forbid,
God forbid.
Valve just makes a game with 3 in it. They just make
don't
a
say
third
3,
fucking-
dude. 2.1. I don't care. You know? Like,
Yeah,
Give it a subtitle like Half-Life Alex. I don't really
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a game that
Fuck.
expands on all the characters, and it's just you just take the Left 4 Dead 2 engine and you just add stuff. Like you don't even need to make a whole new game.
Oh Lord.
You made the perfect engine, the perfect setup for this. Like just use it.
Yeah. No,
Doesn't even have
you-
to look amazing.
No, like we got 2 Left 4 Dead games within a year, and then they were just like, all right, we're done.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Hope you guys like that. You're never gonna see it again.
God damn it, Valve.
Oh fuck. All right.
This could be neat,
so-
but yeah, well, I just
yeah,
gotta,
well, yeah, this could be very cool. I have no doubt in my mind that this could in fact be very cool.
all I know is for this channel, I'm gonna tell you right now, we're probably gonna be playing a lot of like Street Fighter 5 in May.
No, that's out in June 2nd. Oh.
Street Fighter 5
It's
in
6.
May.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's talking about
5.
5.
Yeah.
Sorry. God.
Or just Street Fighter in
Oh.
general. I don't know.
I was about to say, I played Street Fighter 5 and 4 this week, and I'm like, man, it's depressing how much better 4 is.
Sure. However,
God damn it.
I did play some fighting games, and we'll get into it later. But I found out I really like Rashid, and
A lot of people do.
and that makes it
Yeah,
difficult
I'm
to go
not
back
surprised.
to 4. So,
I'm not surprised.
but yeah. All right, Redfall. This will be
Yeah,
on Game
that's
Pass,
out.
right? Like I'm gonna
Yep.
check it out.
Yep. And it's out. Let's see. Valve. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Us. One Valve. One us.
We're not halfway
Valve,
through this
two.
Redfall. Wow.
Yeah. Long. But yeah. So overall, I don't know. This was very mid. This was so
I wouldn't
just
say
fucking-
mid. It just, but I think it goes back to it's like hi-fi rush level of like this looks
Mhm.
cool and neat, and I hope they pull it off. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna
yeah.
be the thing that like you create millions and millions of dollars of campaign money. Or,
Yeah, this is not gonna be what. None of these, except maybe Forza, which had the weakest demo, are shit. You're gonna be like, man, I need to sub to Game Pass today.
right.
You'd be like, I know, like,
It'd be cool if they did. It'd be cool if people, for whatever reason, just really went in on this.
yeah, no, like they're like, we immediately need to make Hi-Fi Rush 2.
Sign me up.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Too bad we're never gonna get a Sunset Overdrive 2.
I know.
Yeah, because that was published by Microsoft but developed by Insomniac. Insomniac's now owned by Sony.
And Insomniac's busy with a bunch of other stuff, doing some
And
of the
they're
best
busy with
game
Spider-Man.
developing out there.
Yeah, busy with Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Yeah.
There was a leak for a release window. I don't know if it was known beforehand or not, but there was an ESPN ad in Australia that aired and said it was coming out in spring 2023. But spring in Australia is September, October, November.
Right.
That does not surprise me. I would love for Spider-Man to come out near my birthday. That'd
Sure.
be very nice.
I'd say that's been
anyway.
the rumor over here too, is sometime.
Yeah,
in
we've been hearing.
September.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of September and October for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's a good video
Alright.
game release time.
it is a
I will
very
be-
good
Yeah,
video
so,
game release time.
I will be right back. Aaron, could you take over for the next story?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll move on to the next story. Yeah, the Xbox showcase. I don't know. I was expecting more games, to be honest
Same.
with you, but
Same.
not helping. Hey, so let's get into some of the uneasiness.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So Phil Spencer had to step in. Phil Spencer, like head of Xbox, after a wave of 10,000 layoffs at Microsoft that included 343 Industries, who works on Halo Infinite. Lots of reports and rumors surrounding Halo and 343. Speaking to IGN, Spencer first celebrated Halo's initial launch, saying 343 did a really good job delivering a great Halo game. But he followed up by acknowledging that they didn't hit our own bar for content update timing and quality. Yeah. But what we're doing now is we want to make sure that leadership team is set up with the flexibility to build the plan that they need to go build. And Halo will remain critically important to what Xbox is doing. And 343 is critically important to the success of Halo. In terms of support studios and other things, that's just part of development and having other partners help us. But the heart and soul of Halo is with 343 and the team there, and I have the utmost confidence in the team that's there and leading and the plan that they have going forward. Okay, all right.
Well, that makes one person out there that has confidence in them.
Oh, Jesus. fuck.
Yeah, I appreciate Spencer being like, the key is letting them have the flexibility to figure it out, but like that's
Right.
what you do when you have like a good leadership at 343, like managing the time around, and it just doesn't seem like that's happening. I don't know what's going on
Yes.
with the inner workings at 343, but from the outside, it doesn't look good, and I think they know
No.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Quote, Halo is always going to be one of those things in my mind that is part of Xbox lore. Really? Part of just the foundation of what Xbox is about. I expect that we'll be continuing to support and grow Halo for as long as the Xbox is a platform for people to play. So I think the timeline goes on and on in line with Xbox, and I want to make sure the team's set up to succeed with that. Regarding the layoffs, Spencer said he takes to heart the impact on individuals and acknowledged that as the person with business responsibility to create, quote, a safe space where people can do their best work, unquote, the very fact of layoffs happening at all meant he hadn't succeeded. Yeah, 343 got hit really hard, which is kind of ridiculous given the fact that, like, working on Halo and Halo is like the brand for Xbox, and it's not going, very well. So the idea of layoffs happening there is concerning, but also just confusing. Of all studios, if you are struggling with your game's situation, wouldn't you want to double down on your biggest brands, especially since Halo Infinite has a great story, like campaign,
Mm-hmm.
perfectly serviceable multiplayer, even with its battle pass stuff and all. Like, it's perfectly fine. There have been some improvements to the gameplay. Everyone knows how much I love the grapple hook. Like that, they've done a lot there. Their Forge mode is insane. That finally came out after so long, and that delay was super disappointing. But the Forge that came out exceeded my expectations, like, by a ton. And so I'm curious to see what people make with that. But taking away from the dev team at this time seems so odd.
Yeah, it's in direct contrast with what they're saying, right? Like,
Right. Like, it seems weird to be eliminating. It says 30 people from its art department alone, and then other people from 343, while you're trying to, like, get Halo back on track. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I read this story,
Uh-huh.
I was just like, wait, okay, so everything you've done for this game, while quality, like they've made a quality product, but everything's been late, and you're saying it's still important, but then you're rolling back fucking hella employees.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, this is highly
I
questionable right now. Like,
Which
what
is
the
it?
fuck, guys?
I don't know.
yeah, I don't understand.
And this is one
I
of those
really
things where,
don't.
like, we've described ourselves as, like, Xbox fanboys during the last, like, year or so, but it's more Phil Spencer. I just feel like this man is trying to be the best human being while also being the best business person, and I feel like I want him freed. I want him to go unfiltered and say some things, because something's up here.
Stir the
Hashtag
pot,
Yeah.
start some shit.
hashtag free Phil Spencer.
Yeah. What's going on
Uh.
here? And like, yeah, it's
Cause Halo is, Halo Infinite is not a bad game. It has a great campaign. That's a lot of fun. Its multiplayer is well made. That Forge, the new Forge is incredible.
Yep.
They finally added custom game browsers. Like, there's a lot of cool shit there, but,
yeah.
you know,
IGN sums this up pretty well in a paragraph. Halo Infinite was initially praised at launch for its campaign and free-to-play multiplayer, but has since garnered criticism for its controversial progression systems, canceled split-screen co-op, delays to Forge mode, and long content droughts. It's seen a creative and leadership exodus in the last year since launch, losing founder Bonnie Ross, multiplayer creative director Tom French, lead narrative designer Aaron Lind, and most recently head of creative Joseph Staten, who was
that's the big one.
Yeah, who was moved to Xbox's publishing division amidst the 343 layoffs. What is going on at 343? What path forward is there?
Yeah.
with those losses?
Um,
I don't understand.
I,
And
yeah,
and
I
this is
don't.
for Halo, you know?
Right, like this is their biggest fish.
Yeah,
This
especially
is
with
their
Gears of
like,
War being silent for as long as it has been.
yeah, like this is like they got this out in 2021 because it was Xbox's 20th anniversary, and they needed to have them together.
Yeah,
Like oh yes, Xbox and Halo are so interlinked, interchangeable that like yeah, we have to have Halo out for the 20th anniversary.
yep.
And you know, I played the game last week. I just finished up this season's battle pass.
Oh yeah?
And yeah, that game plays great and it's a lot of fun, but it still doesn't have as much stuff in it as like Halo should,
Right.
Right.
and that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Like you know, and that forge is wildly impressive.
Yes.
Like someone made Backwash from Halo 2.
Yeah.
Like you know the map in the swamp with all the fog. Like someone
Mm-hmm.
made that and it was awesome. It was super cool. And you know, and someone made Groundwork and someone like basically made a bunch of the Halo 2 maps
I wouldn't be
in
surprised if they
Halo
made
Infinite.
every single Halo map at some point.
Yeah, someone totally will.
Yeah.
And it'll probably get put into matchmaking and that'll be awesome
Yep.
because they love putting community content and they've been great about supporting that ever since Halo Infinite. But man,
Yeah.
like
They just got to keep working on this, and then hopefully they're able to recover and like put out something real big, and they can make another big push in marketing the game as it is, now with some
yeah.
extra stuff.
Yeah, and you know, it didn't help that that TV show sucked.
Really did not help that they just let that TV show just go fucking do whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, and then like Master Chief Collection, great in a great place. It's a great game. That's awesome. They're still supporting it. But I don't like Halo Infinite is just in such a weird, fucked up place.
Yep.
You know, like okay, the campaign was great, and they finally added campaign co-op, and as much as people bitch about the lack of split screen, that one to me wasn't that big of a deal.
Sure, but
I'm maybe I'm out of touch with the Halo community or the gaming community as a whole. But when was the last time you people played like split screen on the reg? For most people, it's gonna be not recently.
I know.
So
Well, it's mostly for families with, kids that play together, kids that come over to play games with their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know, and I get that, but like even then, you know, I just feel that's not as happening in the way it used to. Now, if they were that committed to putting it out though, like they're like, no, then they should have just, and the Xbox One version was the hurdle stopping that, then yeah, they should have just canceled that version,
Right.
in my opinion. Like, and I know that some people are gonna get really fucking upset about me saying that, but it's true.
Well, if
I
it's holding
mean,
back your game, you don't let it hold back your game.
I mean, yeah, I obviously agree with you. So, but will other people? Eh, we'll
And
see.
yeah,
debatable.
right. And
Yeah,
unfortunately for
you know.
Halo, that's not, the only thing
No,
that's
no.
causing it. There's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff that is part of the problem here. Like that, you know, I feel eventually they will, like once the dust settles and Orange is out of beta, out of public beta and complete, and campaign has all it's gonna go the Master Chief Collection route of like this thing's probably gonna be jacked up for 2-3 years before it's done,
Right.
and that's shitty. That's a
Yep.
real
But it's the
bummer,
God's honest truth.
but
Let's be real.
it's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
So,
Ah.
Um,
Next story.
Next story. Continue with Xbox's fun unfilled week that
Yeah.
they're having. Um, yeah. So CEO Phil Spencer on Activision Blizzard Takeover. It's been a learning experience for me.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. All right. He is confident that it's going to go through. He says he didn't know anything about this type of acquisition when it was announced in January of 22. The fact that I have more insight, more knowledge about what it means to work with these different regulatory boards, I'm more confident now than I was a year ago. Simply based on the information I have and the discussions we have been having. When we announced a year ago, we talked about an 18-month time frame. We're 12 months into that, and I think we can continue to stay focused on getting the deal closed. Spencer would have plenty of reason to be a little shaken, however, several government bodies have moved to challenge the deal. The deal, which would see Xbox's own several prolific game franchises, including would see Xbox own several prolific game franchises, including Call of Duty and Overwatch. Has been criticized by U.S. senators, the city of New York, the U.S. Justice Department, but despite this, he says confidence remains high. We're actively working with boards around the world that need to approve for this, and it's been a learning experience. A lot of time spent, a lot of travel, a lot of conversations, but they're conversations where I get to talk about our industry and the work we do and why we do it. So, yeah, and then story that I forgot to post that is linked to this is the fact that they apparently. Oh, hey, come in the chat, sup nerds
Yo,
from
what up?
Reddit Brothers. Uh,
Up.
yeah. So something that's linked to this is Phil Spencer says that this is to give devs a creative outlet. It ensures Xbox will be better in 23 than in 22. And on top of that, apparently another thing that was leaked out regarding Microsoft is Sony apparently fed the EU board kind of false information on what the deal means,
Oh, what they
like
said.
how important Call of Duty is. Hold on, I'll try and pull the story up.
Okay.
Um,
I want to know before start throwing shade.
yeah,
Before I judge.
yeah. Okay, so Sony's gaming chief, Jim Ryan, met EU antitrust chief on Tuesday, on Wednesday, to discuss Microsoft's bid. A person familiar with the matter on Tuesday. The EU competition is looking forward to. They don't fucking say specifics, then why would you word the article this way?
Who wrote this?
Uh,
What publication?
says here GameIndustry.biz.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
wouldn't
eh,
like specifics.
Mm-hmm.
but okay, fine.
It's just the conflict between Xbox and Sony on this is actually pretty difficult because like on one hand Microsoft is a giant ass company that if they can just spend their money and buy up everything, that they can eliminate all their competition, and that kind of monopoly really sucks. On the other hand, like PlayStation is dominating and has been dominating for a good long while.
10 years.
10 years. Ever since that asshole Don Matrick.
Magic.
Yeah.
So it's weird to it's lopsided in one conversation and lopsided in another way in another conversation about like PlayStation's been on top for a while and has been to cross play and cross save things, while Xbox and Nintendo are like working together to get Minecraft stuff. Anyway, like obviously this is bad. Like we don't want more games to be exclusive. But this is the game that has been played for a while.
Well, and it's not like Sony isn't fucking buying studios and shit.
Right.
Like, they bought Insomniac. They bought the people at Bluepoint.
Mm-hmm.
They bought Bungie. Like, it's not like Sony is just fucking the like full on underdog here, to big bad Microsoft. Hey, thanks for the sub.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Ryder Brothers.
Hey!
Until the next summoning.
From the sound of this story that you just recently linked, it sounds like they're going for that strategy of just getting not full on AAA games, but just like below that, throwing those on Game Pass, letting people do creative things, and hoping that that will do it.
And I don't, you know, the thing about those kind of experiences is that they're meant to be additive, not what gets people in the door. Like, you think back to the 360, and what got you into the door through the door was Halo, Gears, Fable, Forza, maybe Dance Central, and then when you were in the ecosystem, oh, Explosion Man, Shadow Complex, Braid, these kind of games are keeping me around as well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Not that was the only thing on the platform.
Right.
So yeah, and that's how I feel about it, at least.
They got Starfield coming, and if they just advertise the shit out of Starfield, then maybe they can make that happen.
Maybe it's salvageable. That's the plan.
I'm not like watching a whole lot. Is football happening today?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If there were to be a Starfield commercial, happen, okay, maybe they'll get the word out enough.
Right.
It is the people who are making, Elder Scrolls and Fallout, but to the casual person, they'll see Starfield like, what's a Starfield? Oh, I don't know.
but if you make that, I think we all remember back in 2006, they put a Halo 3 ad on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And it was huge, and it revealed the bubble shield, and it was just a CG trailer that revealed the bubble shield.
Yep.
And everyone lost their shit.
Yep.
So yeah,
I've also seen Dante's Inferno advertised on a football game, and
NFC Championship game during it from the people who made Skyrim and Fallout.
Right.
And then just show like a fucking just something.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Anything that's not just like the standard gameplay of a sci-fi shooter.
Yeah. Like, fuck, man. And that's Starfield, and it's not like you can show the Starfield gameplay to get people hyped, because it was not.
That game did not look hype.
It looked like another one of those.
It looked right, except it looked like one of those, just bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just big. It didn't visually. It didn't even look that impressive.
Right.
Like, fuck.
And I keep seeing rumors about that game saying development is not going well and it is not ready for its release date.
Well, that would be
or
true.
Its release.
That would be true to the Elder Scrolls Fallout of like it's gonna be buggy as hell.
But
I don't think that's everyone's favorite part of those games.
Right, and like the thing is though, is the last game they put out, which was already kind of like pushing it as far as like getting away with doing the same shit again, was Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And since Fallout 4, we have gotten The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, which are very fucking similar to what Elder Scrolls does.
Yep.
And they did Bethesda's game better than Bethesda did.
Right.
Like, the world was more fun and interesting, and like, and the argument I keep hearing about, like, yeah, but what about the mod? Like, okay, so are we just admitting these games are just a sandbox for modders to fuck around in?
For them to make it better.
Yeah. Like,
essentially.
Like, are you guys just building a skeleton for modders? Like,
I think it's part of the draw, yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at this article that's in front of us. Phil Spencer on giving devs a creative outlet and ensuring Xbox is better in 2023 than 2022. Quote, I like when we can create opportunity for teams to do some unique things that are maybe outside of what they've normally done, then really find either new customers for the studios or find people that really enjoy the work that they're doing. We reported a story just a little bit ago about Hideki Kamiya wanting to start up Scalebound again, and Phil Spencer's like, nah.
Phil Spencer, why?
Well, I mean, to be fair, that game, the last time they showed it, it looked like it also ran like trash.
Sure,
but
give it time.
Yeah.
Like
right,
dev it.
Right, and it's very apparent playing Bayonetta 3. A lot of the stuff that was in Scalebound got put into Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Just I don't know.
So-
Something's not going right at Xbox. I don't get it. They have so much. They just in terms of like IP that they own, you know? We've talked about this a number
yeah,
of times. We
well,
talked about it to death.
yeah, and
like
and resources. It literally just comes down to bad management, which is why like David Jaffe's just like, hey, you should get the person who ran the PlayStation portfolio for 1, 2, 3, and 4 in there.
yeah.
Would probably be a good idea. She's available.
If
And
she's
just back a
available,
dump,
do it.
just back a dump truck of money up to her house.
There is so
Uh,
much. There is so even if they just canceled the entire Bethesda deal, like Xbox has enough. You got someone in and said, "All right,
Oh,
time to make a full."
You mean Activision deal, but yes,
What did I say?
Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Oh, Bethesda. Blizzard, ActiBliz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, hey man, Banjo Kazooie, that character that's in Smash Bros. Make Banjo 3 and do some fun stuff. Include some of that cart building that whatever that nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts too, baby. You and I would be me, you and Brad Shoemaker would be the only people who'd be happy about that.
you include some traditional Banjo Kazooie stuff in there. You could do it. Just rare properties alone, like that they're not
Right.
using.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and like a new Conquer, and then just
You could do a lot with a new Conquer.
you could be like, hey, Iron Galaxy, you want to do Killer Instinct 2?
Yeah, what's Iron Galaxy up to?
Rumbleverse.
Oh, that's right, Rumbleverse, which seems like an alright game.
Yeah, it's alright, but like,
Yeah, it's doing
man,
well.
go to Iron Galaxy. I know they don't own them and they've invested in all these studios, but just be like, hey, Iron Galaxy, do you want a fat contract to make Nuts and Bolts? God, that game was awesome. Don't hate. Don't hate. Game was dope. Game was sick. But no, like you want a contract to make another one?
Yeah.
Like
They have access to so much, and they have the money to do it if they would.
the the IP. Like you think about all the stuff Double Fine owns. Like
Yep.
you think about like they could do a fucking another Brutal Legend.
People,
Like,
Jack Black is at like the height of his game right now. He's been at the height for a while, but he's at it right now too. Just
yes.
go, man, do it.
Yeah. Fucking you do a Brutal Legend 2. You could go like like
Easily.
Hack and Slash 2, Costume Quest 3, Grim Fandango, Full Throttle, Broken Age, like just Double Fine.
Yeah.
Like just fucking one of their small little one-off studios.
Yep.
Like if you want like a perfect example of their mismanagement, like the Initiative,
Uh-huh.
their Quad A studio, that was when was that announced? 2020? Hold on. The Initiative company is
Before the pandemic, it might as well be
oh
ancient
my
history.
god! It was founded in June 2018.
Yep.
So it's been
Holy
4.5
shit.
years, and they've shown one teaser trailer, and they have one piece of concept art on their homepage. And like, I don't. What is happening? The thing is like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that the next 2 years at Xbox, they are just dropping amazing fucking games back to back to back to back to fucking back.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't look like it, and I want to know, like, I cannot wait for 10, 20 years from now when we get the book about
Yep.
what the fuck was
Yep.
happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be incredible. But yeah, all right, well,
Cameo 2.
it'd be better than what they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they got id, what's id working on?
What is id working on?
Like they put out that Doom DLC that was really dope, and then
Probably a new Doom.
I would hope a new Doom. I want to see a new Doom.
They fucked up that Quake remake real hard. Not remake,
I don't
but
know what happened there.
they fucked up that Quake games as a service because they tried to turn Quake into a hero shooter, and then
Uh,
it also turns out the only people who give a shit about Quake are old men like me and Ninja and Quinn.
who are just gonna fire up Quake 3
True.
anyway.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Joy.
You know. Yeah. All right. Well.
All right.
Next story. Did we want to do the GoldenEye story? Or did we want to do the Blizz story?
I have Blizzard up next, or no, I have
Okay.
GoldenEye up next. No, I have sorry, I have Blizzard up next. Blizzard.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So I swear to God, Blizzard, you're fucking cursed. You're cursed.
Speaking of bad management,
Speaking of like, I could not like. This didn't surprise me because I also work for a mega corporation, and this seems like some bullshit they would do.
I mean, technically,
So
this is part of. Did this happen before they became part of your corporation?
I mean, okay, yeah, you're right. Never mind. So this isn't totally in line.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was like to say ours are not made this way, but
Yes.
I'll explain. So, the former Blizzard manager, who was the co-lead on World of Warcraft Classic, has fired for protesting their ranking system. So, dear Lord, the way I'm not sure if any of you've worked in corporate, but the way most companies handle it is you have a yearly review with a bunch of stats and deliverables you have to meet, and then they rate you on a 1 to 5, and that determines your raise for the year.
Yep.
Okay, so if you get like all 5s, you should get like you're an incredible unicorn of an employee, and you're gonna get a big raise, hopefully, or a promotion. And then on the other side of that, if you're like all 1s, you're terrible, not eligible for a raise, and they're gonna send you to the deepest dungeon. But the way that Activision Blizzard apparently has been doing it the past few years is a ranking system. So they do it is known as stack ranking, and they rank their employees under different labels, with the poorer developing status potentially affecting bonus, money, raises, and promotions in the near future. Under the parent company, Activision Blizzard King, they were forced to place 5% of their employees in the developing category. He refused to drop some staff from the successful category to the developing in order to hit this quota. He also refused to work until the policy had been revoked, according to his email. He was later terminated after speaking with HR. This sort of policy encourages competition between employees, sabotage of one another's work, a desire for people to find low-performing teams that they can be the best performing worker on, and ultimately erodes trust and creativity. He added, if this policy can be reversed, perhaps my Blizzard can be saved, and if so, I would love to continue working there. If this policy cannot be reversed, then the Blizzard Entertainment I want to work for doesn't exist anymore. Let's see. A Blizzard spokesperson told Bloomberg that the stack ranking system was in place to ensure employees who don't meet performance expectations receive more honest feedback, differentiated compensation, and a plan on how to best improve their own performance. They also said it encourages excellence in performance. He would return to Blizzard if he could fight the stack ranking policy from the inside. He said it only had become an issue now because managers had protested and avoided using it in the past. And Birmingham truly believed he had reversed the developing quota policy. He continues to say that the realization that there's still a minimum quota for developing, despite our objection and sternly worded letters leads me to believe I was operating under illusion. I hope that Blizzard's positive culture can overcome Activision Blizzard King's poison, but it isn't succeeding in doing that yet. He also said Activision Blizzard King is a problematic parent company that put his team under pressure to deliver both World of Warcraft Classic expansions early. He said that Activision Blizzard King should be ashamed of themselves. This is totally something corporate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No surprise here at all. Just oh. Yeah, that's shitty. And man, that classic team is gonna be way worse missing this guy.
Yeah.
That ooh. I'm not like granted classic is at the point where it's 2 patches away from being finished. So
Right.
maybe but like they want that money train continuing. So what are they gonna do?
They're gonna keep pushing.
What are they? Cataclysm? Are they gonna reboot Classic? Like what's their shtick?
I mean, they'll do the Pokemon thing, right? Just wait till enough time passes, do the next one, and it's classic.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah, they do World of Warcraft Classic Vanilla. Do it
Yeah.
again.
Again.
Classic again.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah, this ranking system is fucked. This is actually the most fucked corporate promotion system I've ever seen.
More
Because
honest
like
feedback, differentiated compensation.
uh, well, here's the truth of it is this is just to save the parent company money.
Yep.
That's all that is. Because if everyone on your team, let this never happens in corporate. Like I've been a top 10 employee at a company and I didn't even get all fives. To put that in perspective.
Yeah.
But like not at my current company, but like at a previous one.
Yeah.
And like just so like everyone on your team is performing out of fives, you still have to like go to 5% of them and say fuck you.
Yep.
Like that does not seem okay.
It doesn't make sense if you're
And
trying to put out a quality product.
it doesn't make sense from a quality product standpoint. It doesn't seem like you're gonna keep the best staff that way.
Right.
Because like let's say you do have just a team of all aces, of all dudes getting fives, but you're one of the people who had to be in that 5%. Like what's gonna stop you from going? Okay, fuck you. I'm just gonna go work for, insert other publisher here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go work for ArenaNet on Guild Wars. I'm gonna go work for Sony on one of their projects, whatever the fuck it is. Like, God. Okay, so Ninja, you working in HR, I kind of want to know your perspective on this. Like, have you heard of shit like this before, or what's
Oh
the
yeah,
what's
it
the deal?
happens. It happens at like my wife's workplace. They're given the supervisors are given a percentage that they're allowed
Mhm.
to dole out in raises, and their percentage
Mm.
is tied to their ranking on their evals. So you have to give people stuff less than like so you have a team of 7 people, right? And you're told you can raise payroll by 15%. So you then have to dole out evals based on that number and not on the actual like work the employee does.
So fucking dumb. So dumb. So
Uh, so yeah.
well, hopefully them integrating into Microsoft fixes that. That's actually something I am
Do,
fairly hopeful for.
do you think that will happen?
I think that Microsoft doesn't use a ranking system.
Okay, well that's fair. Yeah.
That their raise system is not great,
Right. Right.
but it's still not this. Oh,
Okay.
so yeah.
Well,
Um, yeah.
best of
Man,
luck to
that's a
Brian Birmingham.
yep. On the and hey, at least retail is still doing okay. But man, it sucks for the developers, especially because retail hired like 100 new employees last year.
Wow.
Like what the fuck?
All right.
Okay. All right. Hey, you guys remember GoldenEye, right?
I remember GoldenEye.
I
Mhm,
remember
mhm.
GoldenEye.
All right. Well, GoldenEye just has been put in HD and re-released on the Nintendo Switch as part of their online expansion pass and on the Xbox as part of Game Pass. Or if you own Rare Replay, it is free to you. As I
Ooh.
found out when I logged in, and it's like, "Hey man, you on GoldenEye?" I'm like, "The fuck? I didn't buy GoldenEye. Someone steal my credit card?"
Yeah. Right.
um, and no, I looked that up. I don't like. I'm happy for the people who are excited about this because this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people have been trying to get a GoldenEye re-release for like a decade.
Yep.
Um, but on the other side of that, I played it. Like I played it this morning.
hmm
I woke up at 7 this morning. I woke up at 7 this morning, and I was like, I'll check that out. It's a 300 megabyte game. I'll give it a look. Guys, GoldenEye does not hold up at all.
It's an old
No,
game.
it is not aged well.
Oh.
Yeah, but like, I'm
It's
also
an
gonna
old
tell
game
some
on
people some.
N64.
Yeah, I'm also gonna tell a hard truth here. GoldenEye, relative to its competitors that were on PC, like Quake 2, Half-Life a year later, is bad by comparison.
Well, sure.
Like really bad.
That doesn't matter
Like
now.
no,
Yeah.
no, but like man, the nostalgia goggles for GoldenEye are insane. That said, I mean we all have Game Pass. We should consider doing a 4-player co-op or not 4-player versus match for shits and giggles.
You're gonna say no,
Y'all
Oddjob?
have. Let me correct you real quick.
Mhm.
Y'all have Game Pass.
Oh right.
I do not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're still putting out games for Xbox One, right?
Last I checked, they were
Yeah. Is Hi-Fi Rush on the Xbox One, or is that a series only?
series.
Really?
Okay.
It
That
might
game
be a
seems like-
series. I haven't checked.
That game seems like it would run fine on an Xbox
It
One.
seems like it
Oh.
would.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it
Fair
up real
enough.
quick.
All right.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a cool little thing.
Hey,
You
you want
know.
to try GoldenEye? It's out on your current consoles.
Yep.
Oh.
If you own the Nintendos or the Xboxes, you're good to go.
Yep.
Actually, did it come to PC? They do PC port? Hold on, I'm gonna check.
That'd be
No. So yeah, you have to own an Xbox console or a Switch.
Huh.
Interesting.
I mean, true to form. It was successful because it was a console only, and it's for had consoles.
Yeah, and it was a very novel experience because 4-player split screen.
Yep.
But man, you go back and you play GoldenEye, and then you play the first Halo, and you're like, oh yeah, I see why this was a big deal.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Like man, like I played through that first level, and like, one, that game was not meant to be played at 60 FPS and HD. It gave me like a weird, like almost headache.
Huh.
Like it was just like, oh, this is not meant to be moving this way.
That'll
So
be a fun thing to
yeah.
try out. Did you find it, Emily?
I did, and it is unfortunately Xbox Series.
Wow. Okay.
Well, the time is coming.
I guess so, because I feel like that
The
would work
old
just fine.
ways must be discarded.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Took us fucking long enough.
Yeah. All right. GoldenEye.
Yep.
Go check it out.
All right. Oh, we're finally done with Xbox.
We're done with all the Xbox stuff. All right.
Finally.
Xbox off.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, y'all been watching that Last of Us TV show?
Nope.
I have.
Yes.
Okay. Well, 3 out of the 4 of us have. Great. It's awesome. It's super
It's
good.
great.
I've been wildly impressed by it. I've been having a great time watching it. I cannot get over how good video game television is getting. Like, which actually makes the Halo show more appalling.
Well,
in
right.
hindsight.
Yes. Yeah.
Like Arcane was pretty good. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is now one of my favorite animes ever. This has been fantastic. The first 2 episodes.
Mhm.
And it did
Like-
just get renewed for season 2.
Yep, it did.
It was just announced this last week. So,
so
kudos to Neil and the folks behind the show, and can't wait to see what season 2 has. So
Yep. Same, 100% same. I'm super excited. It's gonna be awesome. That said, that said, apparently a lot of people, including Jesse and I, are having an itch to play that first game again after watching this. Because what?
I'm guilty.
Did you buy it? Did you cave?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh,
not yet,
okay.
but I,
Not yet.
God
Yet
damn it,
being the
I
operative
getting
word.
there.
every time I boot up my
Yet.
PlayStation, I'm like, I could just buy it. And
The
You
thing-
just do it right
buy
now.
and
The
play it.
thing,
Just buy it.
the thing that has stopped me is like, I want to get. I buy my PS5 games hard copy.
Mm-hmm.
And like literally, that's probably the biggest thing that stopped me. Is like, oh, I'd have to go to a store.
Yep.
Ugh. And it's actually sold out on Amazon. You can only get it through third parties.
Really?
Not surprised. Not surprised.
But so the series drove a 238% jump and placed it in the game sales in the UK.
In the UK?
Yes.
Just the UK alone.
Yeah, in just the UK. Oh, you're gonna love this. In the US, a 322% jump. It looks like.
Holy shit, dicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. And it had 4.7 million viewers tune in for the premiere.
Ooh.
That's
That's...
I think it's the highest premiering show on HBO, or the
Um,
highest up. I don't know if it's the highest premiere or the highest like
it's the
uptick on the
second
second
highest
episode.
for it's the second highest on HBO Max and the highest for a video game TV show.
Yeah.
Blackcatter asks, how different from the game story is the show?
So
Not
far,
much.
not a whole lot. Yeah,
Not-
the biggest difference is the spores. There's no spores in the TV show,
Yeah.
and it's because they don't want to cover the actors' faces. I guess. I guess there's a lot of Pedro Pascal stands out there, who want to
Yeah.
see his face.
Yeah.
The-
But
enough.
otherwise, it's been pretty close to the game.
I'd say it's like 90% there, and it adds a bunch of
Yeah.
additional context. Like you get
Yeah.
to see where the outbreak first broke out and how they responded to it, and all
That
this other
cut
shit.
DLC. They were gonna release DLC about Ellie and her mom that was cut, and that's gonna be in the show.
Yep.
And
All
Ellie's
right.
mom is played by Ashley Johnson. So
Who played Ellie in the
Oh,
original
that's
games.
fucking
So...
That's pretty
fucking
cool.
awesome.
yeah,
Well, it's
I'm
like I
super
was
excited
saying,
to see that.
it's like what I was saying when this was announced. There's a lot of people that are involved
Mhm.
in this show that were involved with the game. You know, Druckmann, who actually directed episode 2
Nice.
of Last of Us, created the game. Ashley Johnson, Troy Baker, and they got a couple more actors from the game.
Yeah,
in the
they did.
show.
They did. No, it's and like yeah, the level of care that went
Yeah.
into this is kind of fucking crazy.
It's beautiful
It's
how
kind
much
of
care was put into this.
it's kind of absolutely fucking insane. And like, you know, and it's even weirder considering like the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
You know, which was good. It was fine, but it was
Hey, at least they
not-
got Uncle Noli in that. They got our Uncle Noli in the Uncharted movie.
They did. I will say I absolutely love the Nolan North cameo in the Uncharted movie.
Yeah.
That was
Aaron,
just-
did we ever tell you about that cameo?
I saw it in the trailer.
The Nolan North cameo was in the trailer?
Or it was on,
Wow.
or at least was on the internet before the movie was out. It was yeah, it was
Oh,
totally in the
yeah.
trailer. He
Oh.
was in the chair, and they
Yeah.
come up on
Yeah.
the beach. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, they come on the beach and they're just like, "Ugh, you guys look really rough. What happened?
What
Just,
happened
like,
to you?
fell out of a car that fell out of a plane? Something like that happened to me once."
Mhm, mhm.
Yep.
Shouts to
Uh,
Uncharted 3.
Yep. Yeah, like you know, that movie was. It wasn't bad. It was a good
It
time.
was fun.
It was. If you went into the standard of like this is going to be a fun action adventure movie and not like 1-to-1 Uncharted, you'll have a good time with it.
All right.
But yeah, but it's not like this. This is once again, I am wildly impressed by this show so far. Do I think it's as good as Edge Runners? No.
No.
But it's really
It's up there.
fucking. Yeah, Aaron, if you have access to HBO Max, I'd definitely give it a look.
I'm not going to,
It's-
but hey,
You're not.
Or
it's
the
just
next
like-
time that we hang out.
I'm
I can just
not
watch
watching
HBO
The
Max
Last
then.
of Us. Not happening.
What?
Is,
I
is
don't
there
want to.
is there
It's
a
zombies.
reason?
Zombies.
I just don't
Zombies?
care for The Last of Us. I played an hour or so, and I said I don't care for any of this, and I quit, and I have never looked back.
Dick.
It is a very dark world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
It seems like it's doing really well. A lot of people really like it. I'm happy
Mhm.
for everyone.
you know, good on them. I hope what I hope this leads to is more video game shows and movies being awesome.
Being good, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Like once again, they've been on a real hot streak recently with arcade and that Uncharted movie, it wasn't bad, and then like I know you didn't care for Sonic 2, but I liked it more than the first one.
I agree with
Um
that. The second one was better than the first.
yeah, so they're improving. They're learning. Yeah.
Like an AI. Oh God.
Yep.
Oh God, no.
Chat
Yeah.
GPT is writing the video game movie scripts.
Oh
Oh
man.
Jesus, no. I think the thing that people need to do from now on is to pay attention to what Last of Us is doing and have some of the people that were involved
Mhm.
in that be involved with the show
I
or the
think that would
movie or whatever
help.
the case may be. That would
I think
be
that
a hell of a lot more helpful than what fucking Paramount Plus did with Halo.
yeah,
Let's be real.
and this is going the opposite of the Last of Us route, but I think doing what Edge Runner did, where same universe, lore, and everything, but different characters.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be a good step in the right direction as well. Both of those would be great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. While they keep
Blackadder
making
asks, video game media shall rise, but at what cost, I wonder? I mean,
There is always a price. You're
I
not
mean,
wrong.
yeah, like I'm very curious to see how the future of these work,
yeah,
and then how stuff going the other direction is going to work going forward, because we have Hogwarts Legacy coming out in what 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So
2 weeks.
how?
It's
Yeah,
next Wednesday. The
so
7th.
is that going to be any good?
Excuse me.
Because you guys remember for years when we had just shitty tie-in games.
oh yeah,
Oh
Like
God.
Spider-Man 1 being competent was like mind-blowing.
Right.
Like Spider-Man 2 actually being good was like a news story.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's really cool that like when I see a tie-in game, my eyes don't just immediately roll in the back of my head.
right,
Just like when we see and I hope that we can get to that point in shows and movies where when I see, Ghost of Tsushima is getting a movie, I'm not gonna just sigh and go, ugh,
right,
you know.
yeah.
So, all right.
We'll
Uh,
see,
last news, last news story, and I had to put this one in here because I could not stop laughing when I read it.
dude.
I
I,
li-
I just,
Dude,
The gall.
I sent it
The
over to
audacity.
I sent it over to fucking Stella, and she just literally responds with, "Oh my fucking god!" I send her our podcast dockets, and she reads she just comments back with, "Oh my fucking god!" The last one, and then a laughing emoji.
yep.
Um, so Netflix. I can't even read
Fucking
this one.
Netflix.
I can't even read this without keeping a straight fucking face.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I got it. I got it. Netflix claims it's never canceled a successful TV show. The budget.
Okay.
I am sorry, I'm allergic to Netflix's bullshit.
Um. So the budget has to match the audience size. In an interview with Bloomberg, Netflix's new co-CEOs Greg Peters and Ted Sarandos opened up about the streaming platform's decision-making process. After the executive duo were asked about the relationship with the creative community and viewer ire after years of premature series ended, they responded with, "We have never canceled a successful show. A lot of these shows were well intended, but talk to a very small audience on a very big budget. The key is to have to be able to talk to a small audience on a small budget and a large audience on a large budget. If you do that, well, you can do that forever. Oh, this is good. This gets better, by the way.
Okay.
This gets better.
Yeah.
Am I
Let
going to
me
be doing a full facepalm for the entire article? Because I'm about there.
All right. So, as for any numbers that help paint a clearer picture, Netflix chooses data on a series viewership to share with the public, mostly limiting that to extra impressive, like 64 million viewers ranked in by the Big Cat documentary Tiger King. The streaming service has issued more transparent reports in recent years, but metrics remain restricted to its top performers. In their Bloomberg interview, Sarandos and Peters don't offer much more on specifics of canceled series, but they do speak to new monetization strategies taken with an ad-supported tier after 2022 subscription losses. When asked if the price difference between an ad tier was enticing enough from the ad-free Netflix plan, Peters explained this purpose was for price-sensitive customers. Fucking-
Yep.
I would like to let everyone know that Apple TV is $5 a month to Netflix is 20
Mm-hmm.
and has plenty of great shows on it.
Isn't Ted Lasso on Apple TV?
Yeah,
Sure.
and it just got a third season confirmed.
Oh, excuse me, they went up $2 as well. They're $7. Still
Okay.
the cheapest by far, but still.
And you can do a mix and match between Apple and HBO Max and Disney Plus.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
And be paying roughly what you'd be paying for just a Netflix.
yeah.
Roughly.
You could pay $2 more and get HBO Max and Apple TV, and in all honesty, probably have a better experience than what you'd be getting on Netflix.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to go really niche, you could get Apple TV, Disney Plus, and the bottom tier of Crunchyroll for a hair over what you pay for Netflix.
Yeah. Yep.
So
If you're one of those horror people we talked about earlier, you can get Shutter for $5.
Yep.
yeah, don't buy their ad bullshit. Get fucked. All right. Let's see. Basic with ads is getting a healthy share in a way that says it's complementary to what's going on in our overall plan set. It's serving a purpose. I'm confident about that.
You can be
when
confident
less,
about it serving a purpose. That's fine.
regardless of the rationale, Netflix and its lengthy history of dropping new series just they get started remain a point of pain amongst viewers. These include Inside Job, The Midnight Club, Resident Evil, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance, along with several others.
Is Resident Evil good? Is that
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but people really liked it.
Sabrina was
I-
pretty good. I enjoyed Sabrina.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Chat's asking when Netflix falls. It's not going to like fall as in collapse, but they are.
I would imagine sometime in the next few years.
They're peaking over the
they're
tipping
gonna-
point.
Yeah, it's. If I am another streaming service, I am staying patient as fuck.
Yep.
I am sitting there and being like,
waiting in the
HBO
wings for when Netflix crumbles, and then just be like,
yeah, like
"Hello, friends."
if I am Netflix or not Netflix, if I am HBO Max, I'm going to. If I am their CEO, I'm like, we are staying at $15 and putting out good shit.
Yep.
You know, just look. If it leads to losses, just eat it. Our competition is just fucking themselves.
Right.
Just stay the course.
Yep.
And then Disney, they keep growing by leaps and bounds because Disney is the one that feels like the most essential because they have the most shit that is just like very talked about.
Right.
Yeah, no, there's a ton of shit like still in the vault that you can't buy anymore. It is on Disney Plus. The entire MCU library, if you're into Marvel, there's just so much stuff on Disney that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then
And they've
Star
got a new
Wars
edition on Wednesday with Wakanda Forever on February 1st.
Right. So if you're willing to be patient on Marvel movies, you, with the exception of Spider-Man, you never have to fucking worry about a Marvel movie. You know, like same with Star Wars. Like it's and then you get the stuff that like gets talked about everywhere, like Mandalorian and Andor and
Book of Boba Fett, and
yeah, like it's
for
yeah,
those of us
it's
that want to like
you know,
tap back into our childhood, there's like all the Disney cartoons
Mhm.
and the remake
Simpsons.
for
It, it is
Simpsons.
a Simpsons machine for
Um,
me.
yeah,
Mhm.
the remake for DuckTales is
Yep.
on Disney Plus, and that shit's good.
Yep.
Yeah, that Chip and
Full of
Dale
laughs.
Rescue Rangers movie was really funny.
I actually haven't watched it yet, but I have it on my queue, so I'm gonna watch it later.
What? Yeah, it's not a matter. I don't think it's gonna be an overnight thing, and I don't think it's gonna be a like blockbuster moment, but I think it's gonna be very much be a cable moment where more and more people are gonna be like, "Fuck this," and go elsewhere. Especially because, like, dude, YouTube has an app, and there's
Yep.
a lot of people making cool shit on YouTube for free.
Yep.
Like
That's my
like there's
primary
a
source.
like there like I watch a bunch of Maximilian Dude's YouTube stuff and a lot of Linus Tech Tips and a lot of J2 Cents and all kinds of shit on YouTube for nothing. And that's gonna be hard to compete with. Now they're not traditional shows with super high
That's
production
that's a
value,
that's
but
a very
still.
small audience thing, like he was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this is the attitude of a company that is about to go down, and they're
Yep.
gonna get a boost with the ad, tier for that first quarter, and then the deceleration continues.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
they've been testing and testing that you're gonna have to pay more if you have more than one household on account, which cool. That's when I'm gonna be like, all right, people, like, sorry to say, but I'm canceling my Netflix.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, the basic tier is $10 a month, and it's only 720p video on a single device. Then you have their standard tier, 1080p video, up to 2 devices, and then you have my version, which is 4K video HDR with 4 devices. You know, but like, yeah, dude, just what?
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. YouTube has a bargain bin.
Yeah, you can buy or rent movies on YouTube for like
Oh, right.
$5 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's shown
Hmm.
up on my feed every so often, but I'm like, I have copies of this on my phone. I'm fine,
Right.
but thank you.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. So no, it's gonna start going down. It won't be immediate.
no,
Like I
Um,
said, I have a bet on at least a few years before it starts to really crumble.
especially if HBO Max can keep getting like really not. The thing is HBO Max is getting good original content like Last of Us and Peacemaker,
Harley
uh,
Quinn,
Harley Quinn, and then they're Tokyo Vice, but then their catalog of fucking movies, dude.
it's like
Yeah.
L-
shit.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. Like they
Holy
got the
shit.
Lego, they got the John Wick collection, the Lego movie, all the Harry Potters. Uh, you know, this is not for us, but they're the ones who took Friends from Netflix.
right.
And
They got the
brought it.
Jurassic American Psycho, No Country for Old Men, the Jurassic Park trilogy, My Cousin Vinny, Raging Bull, Coming to America. Like, if you want to watch good ass fucking movies,
Yeah.
HBO
HBO,
Max is where you want to go.
yeah, like I'm looking through their like good movie section. Crash, Bad News Bears, When We Were Kings. Like just banger after fucking banger on here. Um, So yeah,
Yep. It'll go down to tubes in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a little while. But it's clear that these quotes right here say there is no change path for Netflix. They are going to stick to their guns until it all turns upside down.
Well, it's till it implodes, and like I understand that because there are people I know, like my mom, I give her access to all of my streaming apps, right?
Right.
The two she uses are HBO and Netflix, and primarily Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people. Like they just default Netflix is TV.
Yep.
And but if it gets bad enough, I think people are gonna be like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Yeah.
So that's it's we'll see.
We'll see.
But
All right.
it's a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm just reminded of Revenge of the Sith when I think of this. It's like you were supposed to destroy Cable, not join them.
You were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance.
What happens
remember
when Disney profit?
Remember when Netflix was awesome?
I do remember when Netflix was like the best.
Yeah, like
the good old days.
Oh God, just it was so great, and then it all went downhill.
Yep.
Well,
all right.
here we are.
Here we are.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick 5 and then come back for what we've been playing and call it a day.
Yeah. All right. Be
All
back, you
right.
guys.
Right. Or not bye, but be right back.
Yep. All right, we're back. Hello. Hi.
All right, hey there. Hey,
I'm
we
back.
played video games.
Did we?
We did.
I
Shit,
did.
we did.
I did. Yep.
Cool. So hey, yeah, I ended up playing actual breaking news. Annie Warshing passed away. Who was that?
Look that up.
I'll look it up while you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll open this up. So I played actually a lot this week, and I bounced around a lot until yesterday when I was just like, let's play Teppen for 3 straight hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Started talking about
So,
this
but
Teppen, and I have no idea what this is.
okay, so Teppen is it is an, I'll call it an action card game, by Capcom, and it stars Capcom characters. So you choose a deck leader, like like the one I really like is Amaterasu from Okami, for example.
Okay.
And then instead of doing traditional turns like in Magic the Gathering or yeah, there it is. Instead of doing traditional turns like Magic the Gathering or Marvel Snap, you have this action point bar that fills over time, and certain cards cost more than others. So if you're willing to let your opponent just sit there and build up stuff, you can also wait and drop down like 2 or 3 cards at once to combo some crazy shit together and fuck them up. Or you can start playing like your field like immediately burning your AP as you get it.
Hmm.
It's very, very interesting. I'll try and yeah, there you go. So yeah, that bar at the bottom of the screen, that's your AP bar, and it, like I said, it just fills over time. And yeah, you're just playing cards and comboing together, and you're trying to get the other person's 30 life down to 0. And they auto attack on their own. You don't choose when they attack; they just attack on a timer. You can get cards that modify that, however, so they attack faster on said timer.
Okay.
She's apparently in The Last of Us. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, she's Tess in
Oh,
The Last of
you.
Us.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say she's most notably in television 24.
Oh.
She did The Runaways. For Parker, she's the Borg Queen on an episode of Star Trek Picard.
Wow.
Um, but yeah, she's most notably known as Tess in Naughty Dog's Last of Us, and she passed away of cancer today, and is
Oh.
survived by her husband and 3 children.
Damn, it's amazing that she was doing that while producing or being on Last of Us.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So,
Right.
and actually, Neil Druckmann posted on Twitter a GoFundMe setup for her
cool.
family.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That in the chick.
So
Yeah, I'll pull up Neil's Twitter and grab the link and post it in chat for you guys. So if you
Cool.
guys want to help,
All right.
there you go. But that's what we're talking about with Teppen. So, like, you'll have these, and the thing I like is you have like magic card equivalents, I guess I'll call it, or like, spell card equivalents from Hearthstone, where you play it, and then your opponent can respond with their own magic card, and then back and forth, and then you hit it and resolves, and all the effects go through.
Right.
And then throughout the match, as you can see in the left-hand corner there, you have like a super you can charge up. So like Reuse does a shit ton of direct damage. Amaterasu heals your whole team and does damage to the entire enemy team. Like it's kind of like a game-changing move. And the thing I like about it is matches don't drag on forever like they do in Hearthstone, but they're not too fast like Marvel Snap.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like it hits this really good cadence of like a good 5-minute match. Um, and as you can see on the Ryu special screen, the game just looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, this art's really cool.
Yeah.
that does look really pretty. Not gonna lie.
Is this
Uh,
mobile only?
yeah, it's mobile only.
Okay. Well, you can play it on PC with BlueStacks then, I guess.
Yeah, if you really wanted to go that route. But yeah, dude, I love it. I'm fucking hooked. Like
I
I'm
mean, 15 matches.
yeah, 15 matches straight. It was awesome. And then the thing I really do like is they give you a bunch of starter decks like right off the bat. Like you go through the tutorial and you get a Ada Wong deck, a Dante deck, Zero, Akuma, Nero, Jill, Nergante, Albert Wesker, Chun Li, Morgan, Mega Man X, Ryu, Rathalos, Jill Valentine, Like just a ton of really good characters, and then you can earn cards to modify your deck. But like the starter deck they give you, at least for the single player content and the early multiplayer, is plenty good if you figure out whatever the strategy or gimmick for it is.
Hmm.
Like I have yet to feel pressured to spend money at all.
That's cool.
Granted, it still is a free to play game, so there's like a million currencies and
Yeah.
shit to spend
Yeah.
money on. But yeah. The last bit is I kind of forget how much I love Capcom properties. Like every time I play this game, I'm like, oh yeah, Okami's sick, and Mega Man's sick. Man, yeah, Resident Evil was pretty good for a while there. And like, man, like, wouldn't it be cool? Like, Monster Hunter's all right, you know, like just
Yep.
yeah. So I I highly and I think that Aaron, you might get into this more than a regular card game, maybe just because it's a little faster,
Sure.
and due to the fact that it's like it's turn based, but it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely give this a look. It's so fucking good.
Cool.
I cannot like I downloaded it on my phone a long time ago, but like I was in the mood for a card game this weekend when I was chilling over at Stella's house. And I'm like, I'm not really in the mood for Hearthstone. I hate the mobile versions of Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, my Marvel Snap is on my Steam. Fuck it, let's go on Tappin. And once I like figured out the game and found a deck I liked, I've just been fucking hooked.
Right.
So, yeah.
Nice.
World of
Okay.
War. Yeah. So, highly recommend this game out. Recommend this game.
Okay.
Next up would be yeah, that's that. The next game I've been playing was I went back to Lost Ark.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stella really wanted to try the Witcher event, and I've kind of had the itch to go back to it. And come in chat, what? Yeah. So we were so Stella and I were really close to hitting the next tier. Like literally, we did 2 sets of dungeons, and then with all the free mats I got from Amazon, my Amazon Prime account,
Mm-hmm.
like just was easy to pop in and do it. Um, yeah, that game I'm very. I had a fun time, but I am also very mixed on how I feel about it sometimes.
Sure.
Dude, like it's not my primary MMO is why. I'm still full on Dragonflight right now. Like this is very much a like me and Stella having fun together thing. You know, like it's still a really good game. The gearing is still beyond frustrating. Like getting a new piece of gear and it technically being better but not is super annoying. The fact that like I'm enjoying the fact that upgrades are 100% right now at the beginning of tier 3, but I'm just like dreading when I get to +7, +8, +9 where I'm going to turn in shit and it's going to be fucking up, nope, farm it again, bitch.
Son of a
Um
bitch.
um Oh, dude, Lost Ark, it begs you to be its main MMO. But yeah, and then as for the Witcher event, it was really awesome. They went
Nice.
all out with this crossover, and it's great. It's fucking awesome.
Cool.
Like if you're a fan of The Witcher, you're gonna love it and freak the fuck out.
All right.
It's yeah. I've been having a good time with it though. I've been having a good time though. Like, you know, finally getting to do a new continent. It seems the gear grind to get to the last continent isn't as bad.
We'll
That
find out
said,
shortly, I'm sure.
yeah, yes. I'm gonna see if she wants to play today and see like, hey, you ready to do the gear grind again?
Yay.
So, uh, been on WoW, chipping away at Keystone Master. I finally found a raid team to take me.
Well,
You
nice.
did, huh?
Yes. Thursdays and sometimes Mondays. I finally found one.
There you go.
And I had a blast. The new raid is awesome. The mechanics are interesting and fun. I for like just so good. They put out the creation catalyst this week, so you can make your tier set now by like via just crafting it. Well, crafting one piece a week, but still, you're guaranteed to get your full tier set eventually. Uh, Dragonflight is the best WoW has been since Legion.
Cool.
We are. It's not like Shadowlands where 2 months in I was a beaten and broken man.
Right.
We're 2 months in and this shit is awesome.
Good.
So yeah, they just put out a new patch this week, some class adjustments, a couple new things, and then their battle pass equivalent.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
that came out.
yeah, so that's out. It's free, so you don't have to pay anything. It's just part of your sub. Though if you do own Dragonflight, you get extra currency to spend at it every month.
Oh.
And the way you unlock stuff in it is like it gives you like assignments. So like complete 30 quests, kill 25 raid bosses, complete a plus 15, stuff like that. And if you manage to get 1,000 points in it by the end of the month, then you'll get a pair of mounts. And you
Okay.
get rewards along, and then you'll get currency to spend on cosmetics, transmog, pets, all that kind of stuff. So it's a reason to keep you playing even if there is a drought. And the thing that I personally love about this is they're putting store mounts in it.
Oh,
Mhm.
nice. Wow.
So like the one of the first two mounts is the Celestial Horse.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
Yep. Yep. So they're doing. Yeah, it's awesome. I think that's a great way to keep people engaged when the game's going through a lull.
Yeah.
Like one of the objectives for the battle pass was go kiss a dragon, and you have to slash kiss one of the dragon aspects.
Nice.
Just dumb fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, that was really cool. And then the big new release of the week, Hi-Fi Rush, did the
Yep.
intro to that.
Yep.
I think the combat system is very simplistic, but it's obviously not trying to be Devil May Cry, so I'm not too concerned
it gets
about that.
pretty complicated. I mean, you only have one weapon, right? But as you go through the game, you unlock combos.
Okay,
And
okay,
like
good.
aerial
Because
Yes,
raves
there's
and
a
things of that
store.
nature.
okay, yeah, because like
Yeah.
that first chapter, I was just like, this is really cool, but I don't know how I'm gonna be really super into this the way it is. So, all right,
I mean,
good to know.
the whole first section is just telling you, it's introducing all the mechanics to make
Yeah.
so you understand what the game is, and then I assume there may be more after that it wants to explain, but I assume it really just kind of like drops you in and starts making things a little
Mhm.
more complicated. I was thinking about turning the difficulty up about halfway through.
Yeah, I chose medium to start,
Yeah,
and
just
they're normal.
they called it normal, so
So,
I'm just gonna go normal. It does seem like it's a little more kid oriented, of course, but
mm,
so I was wondering if maybe the gameplay will be that, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm having a good time.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really
I'm
fun.
yeah, I'm having a blast. No, it's they did the art's great, music's great. They do choose very specific music that I'm just like, you guys really liked the 2000s, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a big fan of the 2000 to 2010. But yeah, I've that it's been spectacular. I've really enjoyed that first chapter. I can't wait to dive into it more. It just looks incredible. Like visually, it is
Yeah.
beautiful to look at.
Cool art style.
Extremely. Yeah. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Lost Ark, Teppen, Hi-Fi Rush. I feel like there was one other thing.
Sentiment.
Oh, fighting game stuff. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, oh yeah, and I beat the first story boss of Elden Ring, that Omen dude on the bridge. I only did that.
I'll forget. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and so I'm like 5 bosses deep into Elden Ring now out of the like
Mhm.
200.
Right. Yep.
Um, Yeah, that game is still really good. I still prefer Bloodborne.
Sure.
Okay, I've been up a ton of fighting games this week. Gonna quick hit this one.
All right.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I so I picked up Persona 4 Ultimax on not the PC, the PlayStation, in hopes that people will be playing it online, because
Uh-huh.
no one is on the PC version.
Yeah.
And while I did find more matches, there's still barely anyone playing it. It's so disappointing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, and the PC version is borked.
The
I
PC
don't.
version is
Let
what?
me. It's messed up. It's not as good
Oh,
as the
PlayStation.
not as good as the PlayStation version. There's a post somewhere about the issues. I'm trying to find it. I don't think I'm going to find it in time for it to be relevant, but there's a lot of issues with the PC port.
Fair enough. So yeah, like that game still plays great. It's like I said, it's one of my top 5 favorite fighting games ever. It's super good. I just wish there were more people playing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
when was that game released?
2014.
Yeah.
But this was re-released. It came out last year.
I know.
Come on, people. They announced rollback at Evo, and everyone was happy. And then none of you fucking played it, apparently.
Yeah.
And immediately everybody moved on.
Yeah. So load that up. Ultra Street Fighter 4. There are more people playing Street Fighter 4 right now than like Persona or a lot of games I tried on this list.
A good game.
Yeah. Street Fighter 4 is still incredible.
Yeah.
Still absolutely incredible. It still looks great. It still plays great. The music's good. Just they fucking nailed every fucking part of that game, and it's spectacular for it. So there's that. Let's see. Going through this list here. I booted up Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
All right.
That game is awesome, but its online play is laggy, and there are not a lot of people playing it.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Okay.
I was able to get matches at least, but not consistently, and lag is the thing.
Right.
So, let's see. Next up. All right, so I had PlayStation Store credit, and there was a sale, so I got Phantom Breakers Omnia for $6.
Okay.
I feel I paid too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is like okay at best.
Yeah, that game is pretty trash. Pretty trash is what
That trailer did a real good job of selling it.
Yeah, that trailer did work, baby. So, yeah, that's a thing. And
Okay.
then, all right, going up down this list. Oh yes, I played Strive. I played Guilty Gear Strive this week.
Yeah.
I think I found my character.
Okay.
Giovanna.
Okay.
Okay.
Those of you who have watched me on the channel know I really like Rushdown. I like getting up in your grill, and she's real good at that, and is real easy to play. Which, for someone who is a Guilty Gear noob, that was kind of a necessity for me.
Right.
So yeah, and yeah, so expect more fighting game stuff.
Oh yeah.
As the weeks go on.
Yep.
All right, and I think that's all about for me. What about for you, Aaron, or anybody?
Yeah. So on Monday, I think, we did a stream where I just played through. I played Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo, played some Street Fighter 3, then played some Ultra Street Fighter 4, played some Street Fighter 5 Champions Edition, and then went over to Strive. Had a pretty good time with all of them. I played some arcade mode of Super Turbo and just got my ass kicked in a way that none of the other games did. Game's fucking hard.
Welcome to Super Turbo.
Yeah. So
how are y'all so bad at Super Turbo?
Literally everyone talks about how Super Turbo is hard. When you go to search it, like everyone.
Okay. Okay, I swear I'm not like a beast at that game. Like, what the fuck?
it's everyone tells you that the AI for the US ports automatically sets to super max, and it's like, okay, well then, yeah.
Oh, it I'll say this: it is cheap, but it's not like insurmountable.
I
Like
mean, I'm sure there are
it,
people that have absolutely beaten it. It's just when you're trying to
you
learn
know.
fighting games, holy shit. No, I'm good.
Yep.
My advice is play Ken or Geef.
I tried
So,
Ken. We'll say that. But so then I moved on to 3. 3 was a lot better. I still ended up getting my ass kicked about halfway through that arcade mode.
I find 3 to be super fucking hard, so I don't blame you there.
I need to find
Yeah.
out how to parry. Seems like a cool system that I don't know what to do. I was just hitting all sorts of buttons and couldn't figure it out. So
Did they ever put so they released Street Fighter 3 on PS3 with a bunch of challenges, and one of them is to do the Daigo parry.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever put that shit on? Did they put that into the Street Fighter collection, anniversary collection?
that's a good
I don't think they
question.
did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn
I don't
it,
think
because I
so.
was about to say that would be a fun channel for the challenge of like, all right, Bronson and Aaron have to attempt to do the Daigo parry.
That'd be fun. Yeah, but no. Yeah. So there was that. Street Fighter 4. I still love it. That's a good time.
Yes, absolutely.
Street Fighter
Who
5.
did
What's that?
who were you fucking around with
I
in
mean,
Street Fighter?
I'm trying all sorts of
Street Fighter 4.
characters. I'm not like I don't have a strong feeling towards any. I am looking to investigate Cammy more.
Okay, I had a friend who main Cammy. She loved her.
Yeah.
And so that's not a bad option.
Yeah,
For sure.
so looking at Cammy right now, went into 5 and really enjoyed Rashid, especially because Champions Edition just gives you his Beautiful Joe outfit. So I'm just playing Beautiful Joe with wind powers,
Yep. Yep.
and
That
that's a good time.
sounds like a blast.
It's a good time.
Okay.
And then I jumped into Strive, and I need to play more Strive because that, again, fighting game brain, I don't have it yet. It's going to take a long time to develop. So playing that game is like, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. But messing around
not
in
ideal.
it, that game seems fun. That game seems like a fun time.
It is. It has this energy that like, because I didn't love it when I first played it last year, and then like sitting down with it on Tuesday, I like it clicked. I was like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know, like it's yeah, I agree, it's fantastic.
Yep.
So
gonna be trying more of those games. Probably gonna concentrate on Street Fighter, but because I had so much fun with Strive, I may try to dip in on that as well. Probably when you're streaming Strive, I may boot it up. Second thing, what's around with it?
yeah, I definitely need to head back into the tutorial mode and like really really sit down and be like, all right,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
Yep.
All right.
Beyond that, checked out that opening bit of Hi-Fi Rush. Gonna play more of that later.
Yeah.
That's kind of been it. So I don't know. I gotta fire up Steam real quick, but I think that's everything.
All right. Fair enough.
I just gotta update.
Yep. Every time.
Every time. Okay. So
When's the best time to update Steam? Anytime.
right now. Oh, I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 2 with a few friends. Kind of fumbling our way through that. That's an old game.
Fair.
But for people who are trying to get your Dungeons and Dragons group together, this is not terrible.
Nice.
So yeah. That's it for me.
Right on. All right. And what about our resident ninja?
Hi-Fi Rush, which is what everybody's been playing. I
Fair.
enjoyed that game so much after putting 4 hours into it that I went and purchased it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Just be
it's
like, here, take my extra supports.
yeah, you deserve this support.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is just such a good game. It looks good. It handles well. The rhythm, like aspects of the game, are awesome. The environment moves in time with the rhythm to the music. It is a passion project, and you can tell every freaking step of the way. It is such a good game. More Final Fantasy 14. I don't
Hmm.
I don't have a whole lot to report on there. I may or may not be looking for a new raid group. Not that ours has dissolved, but I am tired of the couple of people that cannot grasp mechanics 3 months after fighting the same boss.
Oh
Uh,
man.
and
Okay.
it is so frustrating that I'm ready to be
I
like, I'm out.
I don't. I don't know how you have the patience for that for months. I barely had it for weeks.
I think a
So
lot of people, like when we start rating, a lot of people tune out, and the people that tune out are the ones who like get mechanics. So like it's I don't know, it's kind of devolving. I don't think the group is going to be playing for too much longer, mostly because everybody else has kind of gone back to WoW. Um, so I don't know. I don't know that group will be
I
there
mean,
for much longer.
I get that because I'm hearing a lot of that from Jerica. Is a lot of her 14 posse went back to WoW for the time
Yeah.
being.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then this morning I picked up this game called Pizza Tower.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh, and Aaron, I'm going to let you look that up
Yeah.
and put it on screen. So it's a love letter to WarioWare 3.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In
Uh,
a
You're
90s
already selling me.
art
Go
in a
on.
style is
90s
something.
cartoon style.
Yep.
It looks like it's straight out of Ren and
I
Stimpy.
was gonna say this is giving me straight up Ren and Stimpy vibes, and I'm here for it.
Like, and you know
Okay.
what? I played it for like a couple hours this morning. And I was like, this is really fucking fun. This is like the this is really good. Like the sound design is so satisfying. The mechanics of the game are fun. You are essentially going through levels collecting toppings for pizza, and
All
then
right.
you break like this pizza stone at the end of the level, and then you've got to race back through the level to exit the level.
Huh.
Um,
Yeah.
it's it's a really interesting game. So like this guy can't go through that area he just went through because he hasn't unlocked the block, or he hasn't broken the pizza stone that changes what the level looks like. So it changes like the route you have to take to get back through the level. This game I think is going to be like a speedrunner's dream.
Right.
Um, it's so weird, but when I was playing it this morning, I was like, I I think I'm gonna have to finish this like this week.
It's
Like,
fucking awesome.
it's a lot of fun. And if you like the WarioWare games, it's I mean it's almost a carbon copy with
Okay.
a new coat of paint on top.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Hey.
Okay. All right. That lead. Is there anything else?
No, that's it
M.
for me. At least Emily.
I actually started playing Horizon.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, you texted me
Nice.
about that. I remember, and I was just like, "How you feeling about it?" And you were like, "I'm not that far in yet." I'm like, "All right, cool."
But from what I'm like maybe 3-4 hours in, according to my last save. Um I just let's see, what have I done on it? I just did the proving,
Hmm.
and witnessed the massacre.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh god, that was rough. And then I'm currently on my way to Meridian.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I think that game has a really, really good story wrapped in a gameplay that is,
Kind of meh.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I see why. I see why you're saying it's kind of meh as far as gameplay is concerned, but
mhm.
story is great so
Yeah,
far.
that game's story is fucking phenomenal,
Fantastic.
and it's one of the best looking open world games on the platform it's on.
Yeah.
Like it's stellar. Just yeah, man. I could not believe I could not believe that you're like, wow, you guys just ripped off every part of Assassin's Creed, didn't you?
Yep.
Just held it down and just took all you could. So, all right. And so anything else besides Horizon?
I got to Cap and Dreamlight Valley last week.
Nice.
Nice.
Finally.
Always a good feeling.
When you
Always
hit
a
level
good
cap.
feeling.
Oh,
Hitting
now it's
level
just
cap.
getting all my friends to level 10.
Fair. You know?
Which some are pretty close. Like Remy's like halfway to 10 right
Okay.
now. He's like level 9, halfway to 10, so.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
All right.
But yeah, that's about it for me.
Oh, I did something that was not video game related, but if you all are My Hero fans and haven't started the new season yet,
Ah.
bro.
I spent last week catching up on the manga. Like I had 120 chapters to go through.
I saw you read
And-
through a lot.
Yeah.
read through it all, and like, man, that thing. I was really disenfranchised with it, like during the villain stuff, and then you get to the big reveal about one of the villains, who's related to a hero, and I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting, and then suddenly it just kicks off. And
Just-
so it's getting ready to wrap up in the manga, I think.
Yeah,
But man,
that-
is it good?
Yeah, so let me tell you, the part in season 6 where you have the hero raid is what I'll call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That in the anime is just 14 episodes of balls to the wall action and tension. It is literally 2 hours. Like I watched through it in 3 sittings with Stella to get current, and like the entire time we were just always be like, "What is happening?" Oh, dude. Oh, guys, just I cannot, and I know what's coming up from the manga when you get the nickname I'll give it is Punish Deku.
I'm sorry, what?
Dark Deku.
Dark Deku.
Dark
All right,
Deku.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh. Oh God,
Nice.
dear
Good.
Lord. If it wraps up correctly, it might tie Dragon Ball for my favorite anime.
Damn.
Oh
Wow.
Like,
shit.
they have to stick the ending. If they stick that ending, dude, nah, just
That's a wrap.
So good. So
Cool. Hell yeah.
yeah. Aaron, we get a chance, give it a shot. It even
know.
has its own Goku Vegeta
All right.
equivalent.
It does.
Yep.
I'm working on reading through newer One Punch Man manga. I read a bunch of the original webcomic. I'm now making my way through the proper manga itself. Knowing that I love one.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. That's another one that I caught up on recently. Like, it's
Nice.
good.
I really fell out of that one after the first season.
Well, if you're talking about straight anime, like the second season, everyone just wasn't good.
Yeah, like I loved that first season, and then that second season I was like, I don't feel like I need to come back to this.
Everyone seems to agree that second season it just wasn't, which is why I just didn't even start it.
I want to get to the new season of Kaguya-sama: Love Is War. That show is hilarious.
Okay.
That is.
Heard good things about that show.
If you want one of the funniest comedies in anime you could ever imagine, it's pretty it.
Cool.
Yeah. So all right, cool. Right.
Solo Leveling is getting an anime soon,
Solo
and I
Leveling.
recommend everybody watch it. If you haven't read the Korean manhwa or the webtoon or read the book, watch the anime because it is fan freaking tastic.
All right.
The premise is this guy. So I'll try to sum it up really quickly because I know we're trying to wrap up. But the premise is that this guy in the world, gates open to monster universes. Monsters come into the world, and people fight the monsters, and you like you have powers based on like whatever you're born with or whatever. And this guy is considered ranked E, which is at the bottom tier. He doesn't have any kills. He just goes into these dungeons to kill monsters to basically be a mule, a pack mule. So he just gets the loot and then leaves and sells it
Huh.
with everybody else. At some point, they go into a dungeon and everybody dies, and then he wakes up the next morning in the hospital, and he finds out that he's got kind of like a menu, a system menu, like in an or JRPG. And he's like, "Well, this is weird. I haven't seen this before." And then he starts to level up, and he's the only person in the world that has like the system and can level up. And he goes from like this weakling to like just a super strong, badass uh, character. It's so good,
Huh.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. That's
so
interesting.
good.
Well, cool. That is solo leveling. Got it.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Is that the show?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Aaron,
Yes.
we got any plans for the week?
So, here for the video audience is the case
Yes.
for the fight stick. It is a
So
very
it looks
heavy
like you've
metal thing.
got two layouts on there. You've got the hitbox layout and the space for a stick. Is that right?
Yep. I'm doing it all. I even have the WASD here in case I don't like that jump button down there.
Nice.
So this is just like to test out what I may like. And all of the parts, as of the last time I checked the FedEx tracking, all of it is supposed to come tomorrow, Monday. So I don't know when I'm going to stream. It depends on how things are going on at work. But we are going to have a fight stick build stream happen.
All right.
Yeah.
Like it.
So you want to keep up to date on when we're streaming? Hey, you should join our Discord.
And our Twitter and our Facebook and our
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes. That's where we're gonna.
And I don't know if you haven't used your Twitch Prime sub yet, maybe you should.
Hey,
On us.
that Twitch Prime sub would help out a lot.
Yes. We like food.
Yeah.
We like coffee.
Yes.
We do like coffee a lot.
God damn. Once I get this fight stick built, I'm gonna start getting more into these fighting games proper, and that'll probably be like those mess around streams will probably be on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna try and put more emphasis on like YouTube stuff. So we may stream on Twitch, we may not. Those things we got to figure that out. But
yeah, and if we do stream on Twitch, everybody do know that it's very much a the best way I would describe it is it's kind of meant to be for more of a recording studio, basically, where we occasionally talk to you. That's kind of the point.
We're gonna be concentrating more on just putting out like videos to watch later. The Twitch will we may be streaming, but it won't be like Twitch focused necessarily.
Yeah. So it'll vary. Like we'll still interact with you and everything, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, we're gonna learn this thing in Street Fighter today, and we're gonna do a segment on why X is important in fighting games, and then the rest of it will just be a normal stream, but but not as focused on, I guess, being streamers is what I'll call it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
So.
You'll see. Starting probably in this next month here. Got a couple things that we're trying to get done. Yes.
Ideally, if this is correct, February 10th-ish is when I should be able to pick up that capture card.
Okay.
So yeah, so week after that we can. Yep, mid-February we'll be able to hop on Strive, and you'll be able to see how awful I am at Strive.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's do it. Yep. So yeah, I think that's it for us. We're gonna get a fight stick build stream sometime this week. And then yeah, more fighting game content is coming your way.
Yes, sir.
And then
Dragon
nothing
Ball's
else.
gonna have to get rolled back eventually.
Eventually, one of these days.
Soon.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. So and then we also have Super Gamecast too. Be sure to tune in next Sunday. We're always keeping up on that
Yes.
video game industry news.
That's right.
Indeed. Bye, y'all. We love you.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
Mhm.